yourself. So we're going to get started with our practice today. And I just want to mention that our practice today might feel a little bit different than some of the practices you normally do. Those of you who've been coming for a long time, you'll of course recognize most, if not all, of the exercises. But a lot of our exercises tend to deal with creating relief and stretching and mobilizing the upper region of the body. So from like the chest up, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. And we'll still do that. Don't worry, you'll still get that. But we're going to spend a lot of time today working on the core. And so the core of the body isn't just the front abdomen, it's actually the entire central region of the body. So that includes the lower back, it includes down into the hips, it includes down into the pelvis, and of course the side body and the front abdomen as well. So we're going to strengthen and stabilize all of that because just like the upper body, which gets quite fatigued from sitting or just doing habitual movement, this part of the body tends to get weakened quite a lot when we sit for a long period of time. So we're going to bring some engagement back to that part of your body. But before we do so, let's get centered. So sliding to the back of your chair, go ahead and sit comfortably. And allow the eyes to close if that's comfortable for you, and take a few deep breaths in and out. Allowing yourself to breathe fully here. More breath than is strictly necessary to survive. Be generous with this breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just that alone might feel like it's creating some regulation to your nervous system, pulling you out of those fight or flight states of being. Turning the volume down on any intensity from your day or week. Just helping you to feel a bit more grounded. So just taking a few more deep breaths here. Okay. All right, so go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And slowly allow your eyes to open. Bringing yourself on back, welcome back. And go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair, heels stacking underneath your knees. And of course, your knees are about hip width apart, sitting nice and tall. Now, it's going to be tempting during this next exercise, because we're lifting and lowering knees, to really round the back and hunch here so we can get that knee as high as we can go. We're going to try to sit up as tall as we can. You can think about a forward tilting of the pelvis. You could think about your chest lifting, or just the spine staying pretty long or tall. You can lean back a little bit. That's fine. But you want to keep the core engaged and you want to keep the spine lengthened. So again, no rounding of the back here to lift the knee. Okay. But if you want to, you can actually hold on to the chair next to you or behind you to help give you that support. So if you want to start there, you can. If you want to be a, hardcore yogi, you can just not hold on to anything, but do what you got to do here. So think about your right leg. Go ahead and flex your right foot, pulling the toes away from the floor. This stabilizes the joints. And then go ahead and just lift your knee away from the ground, and then carefully just barely graze the ground, and then bring it back up, inhale, and then exhale, bring the foot, barely graze the ground again. And just keep doing this. Exhale, bring the foot down. Inhale, bringing the knee up. And try to keep the chest lifting. Good. And at first, it might not feel like this is doing too much, but as you go along, you'll start to feel some sensations, probably down into that right hip joint. And if some of that feels uncomfortable, just know that we're going to work that tension out, kind of to bring it up in order to let it go in this case. Let's do 2 more. Up, down, up, and then down. Relax the foot, relax the hip. Don't worry, we'll come back to that in a moment. And let's go ahead and do the other side. Flexing the foot so the toes pull away from the floor. Again, you can hold on to the chair if you'd like to. And then inhale, bring the knee up in toward your chest. And then exhale, barely graze the ground. And then bring it up again. Barely graze, and up, and down, and up. Keep going. This helps to create some mobility in that hip joint. These get really, really tight when we're sitting for a while. And again, you want to keep the spine lifting or tall. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale down. We're going to go for just a little bit longer. Good. Lift the knee up and place it on down and relax for a moment. Feel sensation, especially down into that hip joint. And we're going to take this exercise just a bit further. Some of you have done this with me before. Again, you can hold on to the chair if you'd like to, but you're going to go ahead and think about your right leg, flex the foot. Inhale, lift the knee up, take it as far out to the side as you can, and then place the foot down, but barely graze the floor. And then lift up, bring it back to center, barely graze. Up, out, barely graze the floor, lift, center, and down, and just keep going. Knee to chest, out to the side, place it down, pick it up, bring it back in. It's kind of mechanical, the way that we're moving it. But it's giving you a little bit more mobility in that hip joint. And of course, we are strengthening the core here, the lower back, the abdomen. This actually helps to get into the muscles deep within your pelvis, great for pelvic floor strength. Barely graze, up, center, keep the heart lifting. We'll do just a couple more rounds. It's okay to get that fatigue just a little bit. We're creating some warmth there. Last one. Out, down, up, center, and place. Good. Feeling sensation in that hip, especially comparing it to the left side. And let's go ahead and balance that out. Flex the left foot. Go ahead and lift the knee. Take it out to the side. Barely graze the floor. Bring it up, back to center, and down. And then just keep going, just like the first side. Allow it to be this kind of mechanical type movement. Lift, out, down, lift, back, down, creating that flexibility, that mobility in the hip. And what you may notice, maybe, is that the more you do this, you might be able to actually take the knee out to the side a bit further as that hip gets warmed up. If that's not your truth, it's okay. Keep going. You're still doing a great job. But some of you might notice a bit more flexibility come to the hips as we warm it up and open it up. So let's do a few more rounds. Lift, center, down, up, out, down. Keep the chest lifting. Again, you can think about the tilting of the pelvis forward, which might feel counterintuitive, but it's what we do here. Last one, out, down, lift, center, and place. Good. Feeling sensation, some warmth probably down into that hip joint. Starting to create something there. Good, good. All right, so I'm going to have you take your knees into the wider position now. Knees just a little bit wider than your shoulders, heels stacking underneath the knees, toes pointing out about 45 degrees. And I'm going to turn sideways a little bit, but you keep facing forward. We are going to do some work to strengthen the back here, the lower back especially. And there are 2 positions you can have your hands for this one. The easier version, which doesn't mean it's easy, it's just easier, is you can have your hands on your hips and you'll hinge at the hips to fold forward and lift here. Still strengthening the lower back, you're still doing a great job. If you want to make it more challenging, you'll have your arms up by your ears, you'll keep the back flat and you'll fold as far as you can and lift back up. Okay, and if you're doing that version, the arms stay up by the ears. There's no like nose diving here. Okay, so and if you want to switch up which version you're doing part way, go ahead and do so. So either bring the hands onto the hips or arms overhead. Take a deep breath in, and then hinge at the hips and bring yourself as far forward as you can comfortably. And that might look different in different bodies. And then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, fold again. Inhale back up. So you might only go maybe halfway forward, like 45 degrees, and that's completely fine. Some of you with more flexibility in your back might go all the way down, chest parallel to the floor, and that's fine too. Either way, you're getting a good stretch, so just practice at your level. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Strengthening this back. We're actually stretching and strengthening it because when we fold forward, we're stretching it. When we lift back up, we're strengthening it. Nice toning for all those good muscles of the back body. So with that in mind, let's just do a few more, okay? Good, now go as far forward as you can and hold the pose. And breathe. It's okay if you move your arms to a different position. And try to keep the spine flat. 3, 2, and 1. Lift back up, strong back, and then release your arms. Relax them by your sides. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. That one created a little bit of heat. I'm getting kind of warm here. It's almost the time of year to make sure there's a fan on me when I'm teaching. Not yet, but we're almost there. All right, so we're gonna come back to an exercise that's similar to the one we did earlier where we're doing knee lifts. So still sitting on the edge of your chair, bring your knees about hip width apart, heels stacking underneath. And like before, if you want to, you can have your hands holding on to the chair next to you or behind you. But again, try to keep the spine tall, the heart lifting. So with that, go ahead and flex your right foot, lift the right knee into your chest, and then exhale, push the foot forward, straightening the leg. Then inhale, bring the knee back into your chest, and then exhale, push forward. Inhale in, and exhale, push out, and keep going. Good, let's do 2 more. In and out, in, and then push that right foot forward. Lift the heel up as much as you can. Sit up as tall as you can. Keep breathing. I know this isn't easy, but keep breathing. Soften your jaw. If you're shaking it, you're probably doing it right. 3, 2, and 1. Knee to chest and place that foot on down. There's definitely a difference in the sides of the body here. I can definitely feel quite an activation in my right thigh and right hip. And if there's tension there, know that we're going to work that out here in just a moment. Before we do so, let's do that exercise on the other side. So again, hands in position if you'd like. Lift the heart, flex the left foot, bring the knee up into your chest, then exhale, push the heel forward. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, and exhale out. Keep going. Couple more times. Good. Now, as you push the foot forward this time, keep it there. Lift the heel, lift the heart, relax your jaw, breathe deeply. Again, if you're shaking, you're doing it right. 3, 2, and 1. Knee to chest and place that foot on down. Feel that sensation as that left hip relaxes. Good job. Told you we'd be doing some core stuff. So let's work out some of that tension we've built up in the hip. Again, we gotta like bring it up to let it go. This is the letting go portion. You'll still be sitting exactly where you've been. You can still hold on to the chair next to you, but think about your right leg, flex the right foot, lift the knee, and then shake the foot from side to side. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to feel the leg just loose in that hip socket. Just moving from side to side. The right foot stays flexed. This helps protect the ankle and the knee joint. We're just wiggling that leg from side to side. Working out that tension in the hip. 3, 2, and 1. Place that foot down. Feel the circulation in that leg, in the hip, and even in the pelvis here. Makes you want to do the other side, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Flex the left foot, lift the knee, and then wiggle that leg from side to side, feeling it loose up into the hip joint, taking deep breaths. Relax your jaw. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to stretch your jaw as wide as you can. It's a great way to let go of tension in the face. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Good. Feeling that circulation and that relief in that left leg. Kind of come a long way in the short time we've worked already with the tension in the hip to the relief in the hip. So put that in your pocket if you want that one. So next, we're going to come back into the wider leg position, knees about shoulder width or wider apart, heel stacking underneath the knees. And we're going to work with an open twist. So you're going to take your right hand directly forward, thumb pointing toward the ceiling, and then bring the hand between the knees, and then brace the back of the right hand to the side of the right knee. And you're going to press them into each other just slightly as we do this. And this is going to help you in this twist later. And then bring your left hand to match your right, palms together. Good. Take a deep breath in here. Then exhale, sweep the left arm out to the side and up behind you, taking the left shoulder back, twist. And then inhale, unwind, bring the palms together, look down. Then exhale, sweep back open. Then inhale, unwind. Exhale, sweep on open. Inhale, unwind. Just a couple more times. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. And let's hold the pose this time. Sweep that left arm up and back behind you. If you can, look at the hand behind you. If that's too much on your neck, you can look forward or down. Working that left shoulder back. Breathe. Good. Inhale, unwind, and sit up tall. Beautiful. All right, let's see what that feels like when we do the other side. So taking the left hand forward, thumb toward the ceiling, take the hand down between the knees and brace the back of the left hand into the side of the left knee. And again, we're pressing a little bit of pressure into both. Right hand comes to match the left. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, sweep the right arm into the air, twist. Good, inhale, unwind. Exhale, sweep that arm up and back, taking the right shoulder back, looking behind you if you can. Inhale, unwind. And let's just keep going. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. Twist. And unwind, doing a couple more times. Twist. And unwind. And then twist. Let's stay this time, working that right shoulder back. Breathe. Good. Unwind and sit tall, feeling sensation. Good. So doing a couple more postures today. Go ahead and take your right elbow down on top of your right thigh. And then with your left hand on your left hip, take a deep breath in. Then exhale, roll the left shoulder back, somewhat similar to the open twist we just did. Now it's going to be tempting here to throw all of your weight onto that right elbow and collapse. Try to keep yourself lifted and try to keep the left hip on your chair. And then extend your left arm up behind you, palm toward the ceiling. And with your inhale, sweep that left arm up and over, feeling length on the left side. And then as you exhale, sweep that arm behind you and look down at your right toes. Good. Then sweep the arm into the air, look up with the head. Then exhale, sweep that left arm behind you, look down at your right toes. So we're doing this movement with the arm and the head. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, reach back, look down. We'll do about 2 or 3 more rounds. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Last one, reach up and over, reach. And then exhale, sweep behind, look down. And then inhale, come back to a tall spine. So just sit on up. Good. Moving energy today. Let's go ahead and do the other side and see what that feels like there. So taking your left elbow down onto your left thigh, right hand on your right hip. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, roll that right shoulder back. Extend the right arm behind you and turn the palm toward the sky. Then inhale, reach that right arm up and over, look up. And then exhale, sweep the arm behind you, look down at the left toes. Inhale, sweep up and over, look up. And exhale, sweep behind you, look down. Now again, don't throw all of your weight into that left elbow. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, reach back, look down. You can have some weight in the elbow, just don't put all of it. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more. Reaching up and over. Sweeping behind you, look down. Reaching up and over. And sweeping behind you, looking down. With your next inhale, sit back up. Beautiful. With your hands on your thighs or knees, take a deep breath in. And exhale, hinge at the hips and just fold between the legs. Allow the head to release here, the chin dropping in towards your throat. Just take a few deep breaths, a nice symmetrical posture after all of that asymmetrical work we've been doing today. And inhale, sit up. Good. Bring the knees into the closer position, about hip width apart, heels stacking underneath the knees. The hands on the thighs, roll the shoulders down the back and turn the chest to look at the ceiling. Coming into a spinal flex. And just take a few deep breaths here with the chest and the heart opening. Then take a deep breath in here. With your exhale, hinge at the hips and just roll the body down over the thighs. Release the head. Hands can stay on the thighs, or you can allow them to hang toward the floor. Just taking a few breaths here. And with your next inhale, carefully bring yourself up to a tall seat. Good job. Mm. Done some strengthening for the back. We've opened up the shoulders and the chest a little bit. Let's spend the last few minutes we have together in a brief meditation. So slide to the back of your chair. Have your feet flat on the floor if you can, hands resting on your thighs. And you can either sit up tall or you could relax. Do whatever feels good for you. And take a couple deep breaths in and out as you allow your eyes to close. You might just feel your body for a moment. Notice what's going on after the movement, the strengthening that we've done today. Your heartbeat, the breath. And notice the movement of your breath in your abdomen. Inhale, feeling the belly expand. Exhale, feeling the belly relax. And see if you can encourage the breath to be more pronounced in the movement of the abdomen. As you inhale, drawing the diaphragm downward, the belly expanding. Exhale, the diaphragm relaxing, the belly relaxing. You might even get to a point where the rib cage and the chest stop moving. The whole movement is in the abdomen. Inhale and exhale. Breathing to the belly. This breath helps to really regulate and calm your central nervous system, bringing you out of those survival mode, fight or flight states, helping to ground your mind, helping to ground any stress or anxiety or panic in your system. Breathing to this belly. Your mind might start to drift, and that's okay. But when it does, just route it back. Bring it back to this belly breath for just a little bit longer. Allowing these few moments we have here to be a respite from everything else. Just another breath or two here. When you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring the palms together, rub them together, and take those heated palms over your eyes. And then brush back over the top of your head, down your neck, carefully, gently welcoming yourself back to the space around you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for practicing today. I hope this has served you well. I hope you feel nice and strong in your core and have a lovely weekend. I'll see you next time. Take care.